Live from KSAT 12. The 6 o'clock news starts right now.
Tonight, an 11-year-old student at Schertz ISD has been detained after bringing a realistic BB gun to school.
This is the third time in the last few weeks a student within that same district has been detained for having some sort of firearm. The Schertz Police Department sent this photo of the replica gun taken from that student.
According to officials at Wilder Elementary, the student sent a photo of this gun to another student through social media and said that it was real. The student detained also said they intended to use it in a fight. That student now charged with terroristic threats, which is a Class B misdemeanor. Schertz Police Chief Jim Lowry released a statement saying in part, quote, "The use of replica guns in such incidents is nothing less than risky behavior. Playing with or handling guns, real or replica, in such instances is dangerous and can be deadly," end quote. Well, it was late breaking news last night on the Night Beat. Officers shooting a suspect. San Antonio police say they have two separate investigations underway regarding what turned out to be a deadly shooting. Officers fired those shots, killing a man who they say was using a car as a weapon, trying to run them over. This happened Sunday night on La Cantera Terrace, just off of I-10 and La Cantera Parkway. Katrina Weber reports it happened in the middle of officers answering a separate call.
A place where people live quickly became a site for San Antonio police to work. They roped off a large section of this apartment complex on La Cantera Terrace, not far from Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, turning a common area into a crime scene. In the middle of it is where two officers had a deadly confrontation around 7 last night after they parked behind a man in a stolen car.
The suspect came out, got in the vehicle, jumped the curb to escape, and he drove right at the officers and they fired their weapons.
Chief William McManus says the man was hit one time. He died later at a hospital. Police say they originally were here for a completely different call. Someone smoking marijuana at the pool when they noticed the stolen car. Signs of what happened were still visible today in the broken, scattered windshield glass nearby and in the minds of people living here.
I thought it was like fireworks from Six Flags at first. But then I realized, I was like, nah, fireworks don't go off till later.
This man didn't want to show his face, but did see the aftermath of the shooting. Others had an even closer encounter.
One of my coworkers is his fiance, she was walking the dog literally right here while it was basically going down and she almost got shot.
Mario Fuentes walked up to the scene moments after it happened, but says he's still rattled.
I think it's absurd. I'm from New Jersey.
According to the chief, the officers who fired the shots are relatively new, both with the department less than a year. SAPD now has two separate teams investigating the shooting. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
I advocate for myself. I make it my business to know what's going on with me.
The disparity in health care between men and women is not just a theory, it is a fact. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for women, but a new study shows that 65% of women who have high risk factors are not even referred to specialists.
Yeah, and the top doctors in the field admit big changes need to happen and they need to happen fast. A patient told our Courtney Friedman her gradual symptoms took years to pinpoint, and it almost cost her life.
Catherine Guijaro's birthday is in January, but in her mind, that's not her only one.
April 24th, 2023 is my new birthday. And I sincerely believe that because that was when I got a new lease on life.
By way of a heart surgery. In 2016, doctors found a heart murmur, and by 2022, she was told she needed surgery. 6 years had gone by, and by then, things were bad.
Major fatigue, shortness of breath, which got worse and worse over time. I couldn't walk from my bedroom to the front door.
It wasn't until 2023 she saw cardiologists who did a high-tech procedure that lifted her symptoms immediately.
This is a big balloon that we put in someone's aorta.
Guijaro's doctor, Jorge Alvarez, is the director of Methodist's structural heart program. He sees between 30 and 40 patients a day, constantly keeping in mind the differences between men and women.
Some of those differences are anatomical. Here is what a heart looks like, and right here are the arteries that carry blood to the rest of your body. Women in general have smaller arteries than men, which can lead to different symptoms.
Men will have your typical, I get lightheaded, dizzy, I have chest pain.
But women rarely have that crushing chest pain or the pain shooting down the arm. Instead, they feel the way Guijarro did.
Fatigue and shortness of breath, and we need to be able to adjust for that and get people treated sooner.
How far do you think we've come in doing that?
In the past 10 years, I think we've made some gains. You can see not only in clinical studies that women are being represented a little bit better.
Even so, Guijarro wants even better results. She tells women, make it to the doctor and advocate for yourself.
I can't believe I lived like that. I'm like a new person.
With new places to go, a new business to start, and a newfound life-changing sense of freedom. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
To the courtroom now. She's accused of causing a deadly head-on crash almost 4 years ago. And today that driver accepted responsibility ahead of sentencing. Mariana Campos Jimenez was 20 years old when she was arrested for intoxication manslaughter back in 2020. Today she admitted to driving drunk and causing the accident that killed 44-year-old Gabriel Gallegos. Campos Jimenez pleaded guilty in court this morning and will be sentenced tomorrow in a plea deal. She can get anywhere from probation to a maximum of 12 years in prison.
It is a pilot program to help financially struggling seniors and disabled people fix up code violations like mowing their lawn instead of giving them a citation. And it's proving to be more expensive than originally thought. The Senior Assistance Program helps with things like overgrown lawns, tree trimming, trash and debris. The city of San Antonio will pay contractors to take care of that. But the average cost for each incident has worked out to be more than $1,400.
We thought it was going to be anywhere $500 or $600 a pop. It was a little bit more than that. We did find several of the tree cases where we had large dead trees that posed a hazard to either that property or neighboring properties. So those are a little bit more expensive.
The southern districts of the city, 2, 3, 4, and 5, have also relied more on the program than the other districts. How the city continues or changes this program will likely be hashed out more in the city's budget process, which will start in August.
Early voting for the primary runoff is now underway in Bexar County. Polls are open until 8 o'clock tonight. They'll reopen at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Early voting ends on Friday, and Election Day is next Tuesday. Now, keep in mind, you must vote within the same political party that you voted in back in March. Right now on KSAT.com, we have everything you need to know ahead of Election Day. You can find a sample ballot, candidate information, and polling locations. Just scan this QR code right there on your screen.
And if you didn't vote in March, you can still vote in this runoff election. All right, it is hot out there.
It's very hot.
This isn't May. This doesn't feel like May.
Summery, I think, is the best way to put it. It's very summer-like out there. The average high temperature as we get into July and August is 96, 97 degrees, and that's close to where we are. High temperatures today, 90s across most of the state, even triple digits Midland and along the Rio Grande, 100 degrees. Del Rio topped out at 102, 96 here in San Antonio. This evening, temperatures falling off mid-80s by 10 o'clock, a bit breezy, but very humid. If you notice the extra haze in the air, I'll talk about what caused that in just a bit.
Thank you, Adam. Let's check out TransGuide right now. Let's go to I-10 and Brazos, actually the top upper level there. And it looks like there's some road construction going on out there. When I first looked at this, I thought maybe it was an accident, but it's just road construction. Off to the left that you see there on the upper levels, slowing things down to just one lane, but no major traffic tie-ups seem to be happening here. Again, this is I-10 at Brazos.
News around Texas now. The number of people who died as a result of severe weather that hit Houston last week has now risen to 8. The newest fatality was related to carbon monoxide poisoning. That's been an issue as people use generators after those widespread power outages there. The area's power utility, CenterPoint, has restored electricity to more than 630,000 people, but at last check, 192,000 customers are still without. CenterPoint says it has more than 7,000 workers deployed trying to get the power back on.
Deplorable, disgusting, downright unsafe. That's what authorities in Houston are calling the conditions at an assisted living facility there. More than 200 seniors and disabled residents reportedly abandoned without food and power during the severe weather outbreak last week. The residents at the facility finally got help when Houston firefighters and police officers arrived on the scene. The mayor of Houston, though, says these residents have been living in these rough conditions since long before this storm hit.
There was people sitting outside trying to keep cool, nothing to eat, no place out of the elements, and so it was a dire situation for them.
This is not just from the storm. The units, 260 of them, have been neglected for years. You have an absentee owner placing a manager that doesn't have the resources to address these life safety issues.
It's scary. It's also sad, this situation. The mayor said he's working with law enforcement to pursue criminal charges. At last check, the senior living complex has not commented on those conditions that were found at their facility.
It's almost been 2 years since the Robb Elementary School shooting in Uvalde. Robb has become known to the world as a place of tragedy, but it had a different kind of history long before that.
There was a contest at the time that the school was being built as to for whom it should be named.
My best friend was out there walking, and I did not know why. I did not understand.
The school issue came up. We took advantage of that.
All of their stories are part of this story. A teacher's memory, a student walkout. It is all part of the history of Robb Elementary. And it's in a KSAT Explains coming up at 6:30.
But after the break, the trial for a man accused of beating a 5-year-old boy to death and dumping his body in Colorado set to begin tomorrow. A preview of tomorrow's trial for Daniel Garcia. It's up next.
But first, let's take a look outside with live cam temperatures already feeling like summer. Coming up, meteorologist Adam Caskey will break down how hot it's going to get and what's going on with that haze out there today. Next. In the summer of 2021, a 5-year-old boy was found dead in a ravine in Colorado, but Dominic Aguilar Acevedo was killed here in San Antonio.
The man accused of beating him to death, Daniel Garcia. He was his mother's boyfriend. Erica Hernandez with a look back at the investigation and ahead to the trial that starts tomorrow.
San Antonio Police Department gets a tip about a missing boy who was last seen at a Northeast Side hotel. The caller says that Dominic Aguilar Acevedo was not alive when his mother Nicole Aguilar and her boyfriend Daniel Garcia left San Antonio for Colorado. When they left Colorado, Dominic was no longer with them. The couple were now in Costa Rica. A call from Nicole's mother checking in on them and Dominic led to her calling authorities. Nicole later met with Costa Rican authorities. According to arrest affidavits, she told them that Garcia was physically beating her son for weeks. She said he eventually became unresponsive and died. According to those arrest affidavits, Nicole said that they drove to a campsite near the Rocky Mountain National Park and left 5-year-old Dominic's remains in a ravine. SAPD, along with authorities in Colorado and the FBI, were involved in the search for Dominic on August 25, 2021, a month after he was last seen in San Antonio. Dominic was found. Later, Aguilar and Garcia were arrested in Florida, where both are from.
Aguilar was charged with injury to a child causing serious bodily injury by omission, while Daniel Garcia was charged with murder.
After the two were indicted, KSAT has followed this case closely as it has moved through the judicial system. Early on, the state and defense expressed how long it was taking to get evidence from the FBI. This process was taking months and holding up the process of getting all evidence turned over to the defense. District Court Judge Velia Mesa made it clear that this had to be figured out.
This whole back and forth is just not going to work. It's going to take us 5 years to get to trial, and that's not happening on my watch.
As for Nicole Aguilar's case, there was a lot of back and forth whether she was going to take a plea deal or not. At first, it was decided that she would be going to trial first. The trial dates have been pushed back several times, but at the beginning of 2024, Judge Mesa made it clear they would be going to trial this year. Within the weeks leading up to trial, a lot has happened. Aguilar decided to take a plea deal in exchange for her testimony against Garcia.
What is your plea to the charge of injury to a child causing serious bodily injury by omission? Is it guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
As it stands right now, the plea deal would mean the maximum sentence Aguilar could get is 15 years. As for Garcia, the state is no longer proceeding with the murder charge, but instead will go with injury injury to a child causing serious bodily injury. It is still a first-degree felony, and the punishment range is 5 to 99 years or life in prison, but the jury can also consider probation. Speaking of the jury, they have been picked and seated. Testimony will begin around 10:30 on Tuesday morning. We are live streaming this trial. You can watch the live stream on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, and KSAT's YouTube page.
It's important to note that the judge has drafted a strict live stream order. While we will be live streaming, there is some testimony that we will not be able to show, including that of Dominic's young sister. We will do our best that day to report on what that testimony revealed. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
And again, that trial starts tomorrow morning.
All right. I think a lot of people outside are a little worried that this is a bad omen.
Yeah.
We're there already.
We're in right now. Yeah, we're there already when it comes to summer.
Look, I mean, we've had triple digits in April before, right? And that was even just a handful of years ago we've dealt with that. But no, I mean, this has no bearing on how many 100-degree days we're going to have. But I understand what you're saying. And I share similar thoughts at times as well. But it doesn't mean we're going to have the hottest summer that's going to be even hotter than last summer. That's hard to compete with. We'll go over some of those summer stats from last year coming up at 6:45. Summer-like heat, though, it's in place the rest of this week. Small rain chances daily starting on Wednesday. And the hazy smoke back in the air again today. It is visible. Let's take a look at our time lapse here. And I'm starting this at 1 p.m. where you really have a hard time making out downtown off in the distance from our live cam. I'm going to put it into motion. You'll see some clouds moving overhead, but the haze stays pretty persistent throughout the day. And it does thin out a little bit in the afternoon now, but this is caused by the annual agricultural burning down in southern Mexico and Central America. The low-level winds push that smoke up here into Texas and even other parts of the U.S. as well. The smoke is thickest out over the Gulf of Mexico at the moment. Here, we just have light to moderate amounts, but it's enough to at least notice it outside. I don't think it's going to have any adverse impacts, maybe slightly impacting the air quality, especially in the afternoons, but that's about it. Otherwise, it's going to give us that extra haze overhead the next several days, basically the rest of this week. But keep in mind, when we have that, it typically gives us more stunning sunrises and sunsets. Here's an example from last night with some of that smoke in the air and that haze off in the distance. Usually it makes the sunrise and sunset a little more vibrant. So look for that this evening, sunset shortly after 8:20. 96, let's talk about the heat. 96, that was our high today. The average 88. So obviously we're running above average, and our high temperature is what we would typically have for an average in July or August. Look at the record, 100, set back in 1996. Right now we're at 95, but we have that sticky dew point of 67. So it feels like it's 4 degrees warmer than the air temperature. And as a rule of thumb going forward the rest of the week, your afternoon temperature, add on about 5 degrees, and that's going to be your feels like. Right now it's 94. Rio Medina feels like it's closer to 98, 99. 93 in Bulverde, 93 Comfort, 94 Kerrville. We're all feeling the 90s right now with the exception of Houston and some parts of East Texas. But we even have triple digits. Del Rio 102 and Laredo 101. The heat high. We're all familiar with the heat high, the big blue H. It's centered over Mexico, but notice how close it is to us. It's still impacting our temperatures and influencing our weather. That's why we're high and dry today with nothing but sunshine. And these upper level winds, keep in mind, these are higher in the atmosphere than the low level winds I was showing you earlier, carrying the smoke in from the Gulf of Mexico and down in parts of southern Mexico. This is higher above that. We have that clockwise flow, upper level disturbance off to the west. We need that to move in to stir things up. We're just not going to get it. But as the upper high breaks down, it moves south. We'll have small opportunities for a few storms. Tomorrow it's going to be in North Texas, maybe a few quick splash and dash thunder showers. Around here, we could see just a few pop up by Wednesday evening and Wednesday afternoon, I should say. We could have a few of those storms popping up. Otherwise, high and dry, just that 20% chance of pop-up storms Wednesday, then daily all the way through the upcoming weekend. Temperatures, not changing so much. 95 to 98 for highs.
Nope, that's what we got this week. Thank you, Adam.
All right, they have finally done it. They are in the playoffs.
Yes.
There was a little bit of drama yesterday, but they have secured a spot.
Yeah, it went down to like the last minute 30 or so before they had a defensive stop to lock up a playoff spot. So yes, the Brahmas are in the XFL part of the playoffs in the UFL. Well, today, some of the guys, including head coach Phillips, I should say, stayed in town to meet with some local kids. And Wemby, I mean, this is the no-brainer part of the news, right? He made the NBA All-Rookie First Team. We got it coming up.
Gets to feel like a kid again. Getting to hang out with kids that have such, innocent minds and get to just go out there and play games and act like a kid for an hour. It's awesome.
The San Antonio Brahmas had some fun sharing their love for football at local schools this afternoon in big board sports. All right, first, Wemby was named the Rookie of the Year, and now today he can add 2023-24 NBA All-Rookie First Team to his resume. Wemby led all rookies in scoring, rebounds, and blocks per game this season. He registered 4 games with 30-plus points, 15-plus rebounds, and 5-plus assists, which is the most games by a rookie since Sidney Wicks in 1971, and tied for the third most all-time among rookies. So here's a look at the Rookie NBA All-First Team. Wemby and Chet Holmgren are the 2 unanimous choices. Then you have Brandon Miller from the Charlotte Hornets, Jaime Jaquez Jr. of the Miami Heat, and Brandon Podziemski with the Golden State Warriors.
And once we really lock in on the defensive end, because offensively we played okay, but once we really lock in on the defensive end, man, we're a hell of a team to beat.
Oh, they sure are. The Timberwolves overcame a 20-point hole to come back and win Game 7 in Denver last night, 98-90, advancing to the Western Conference Finals, where they'll take on the Dallas Mavericks. Minnesota held Denver to just 37 second-half points. The San Antonio Brahmas were greeted with screams and cheers this afternoon, not by a bunch of face-painted adults. A couple of players and head coach Wade Phillips went out to the Idea Harvey Najum School to chat with the students and share their love for the game of football. They played games and at one point turned the lights down for a quick story time, which Coach Wade and the players really enjoyed being a part of.
Yeah, it's great. We're part of the community. We want to do all we can. So it's a great atmosphere here.
We love when the kids still love to play the game that we grew up loving. And, a lot of people did what we're doing right now for me. I got to see a bunch of these guys, whether it was when I was young or it was high school, college kids. Getting to see people that you look up to come and visit you, get to talk to you. It changes your whole life.
It looks like everybody had fun, right? The Brahmas will be back at the Alamo Dome this weekend, hosting the Birmingham Stallions on Sunday at 2 p.m. Last week, the nation's top-ranked Our Lady of the Lake softball team advanced to the NAIA World Series thanks to a masterful performance by senior pitcher Cassie Valdez. She sent the game-winning 2-run shot over the left field fence and struck out 9 batters in another complete game to move her record to 26-1. Olu's sights are set on bringing home a national title, highly motivated to do it for the team's 10 upperclassmen.
It's awesome. To be there again and get another shot at the World Series and the national tournament is awesome. So I'm ready. We're ready. I know for a lot of us, we just want to leave it all on the field, not have any regrets. We've put in so much work leading up to this moment. So yeah, we're going to leave it all out there.
Definitely it hits a little harder for the seniors just because this might be their last season. So a lot of our underclassmen are playing for the seniors at this point, keeping their season a little longer.
Olu is the 1 seed in the NAIA World Series and will have a first-round bye for the 2nd straight year. So the Saints await the winner of Madonna and Georgia Gwinnett for Friday, 7 o'clock tilt.
They seem to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
They're always ready, but it seems like this year they're locked in.
Laser focus. Yeah, locked in.
Yeah. Thanks, Larry.
Still to come here at 6 o'clock as we get ready to mark 2 years since the tragedy at Robb Elementary. We're taking a look back at the history long before that day, a history of activism, a history of community, all tied to that school. KSAT Explains is next.
This week marks 2 years since a gunman shot and killed 19 children and 2 teachers at Robb Elementary. The world has grown to know Robb as a place of tragedy.
But the school had a long and significant history in Uvalde long before May 24th of 2022. That's what this KSAT Explains is all about.
there. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So many unimaginable effects and ripples. Just keep going. My name is Mendel D. Morgan Jr., and I'm Library Director of El Progreso Memorial Library in Uvalde, Texas. I want the library to be a safe place, a refuge, a respite from what tragedies are going on in the community. So I grew up in Uvalde. My formative years were here, and in my heart, this is my hometown.
There are so many stories that people have in this town connected to Rob.
Yes.
Long before May 24th of last year.
Oh, absolutely. Rob was one of our very well-established schools in the community. And I did want to share with you, my late aunt, Arlena Nose, was a teacher at Rob's school for 40 years.
Really?
Yes. And in fact, one of my friends, Olga Charles, was one of her students.
I went to Robb Elementary. I went there and I went to room 1.
You have some specific memories that stand out to you about your time at Robb?
Fabulous times that we all had here. We lived 1 block from Geraldine and then a block and a half to Robb. On Park, Doty, South High, Geraldine, that square. That was my life. My brother talks about how we had gotten a TV. We were the first ones that got a TV. And at lunch, they'd run home, grab their sandwiches and watch TV, and they'd hear the bell, and it was time, and they'd run back, and they'd get their, they'd hear that before the tardy bell rang, they were in class. That means you went to a neighborhood school.
But when she was 11, the family moved to Uvalde, and she was among the first students to graduate from high school here in 1891. There were 3 students in the graduating class in 1891. And when she was president of El Progreso Club in 1926, she was the one who went to the city to make the first request for funding for the library for the operating budget. There was a contest at the time that the school was being built as to for whom it should be named. And one of my late friends, a classmate of mine, proposed her name because he had been actually tutored by her after she had retired.
I went to Robb in the 50s. I think I was in the 4th grade, and I realized that there was so much discrimination here at a very young age.
And back then, because of the area that Robb Elementary covered, we were all Hispanics.
The teachers back then were mostly white. They punished us for speaking Spanish. I was about 23, 24 years old. Years and years of oppression. The school issue came up. We took advantage of that. And so the walkout did not start for any other reason. The timing was right.
My senior year was the walkout. And at that point, my father says, "You're not walking out," and I didn't walk out. My best friend was out there walking, and I did not know why. I did not understand. The poor kids, they lost a year, the ones that didn't come back. The students are the ones that paid the price.
We did a lot of good. We had a lot of students that did voter registration. We energized a lot of the younger people, a lot of people, to run for office.
Now, 50 years later, I've learned why exactly. Now I understand why they walked out. At first, we thought it was a dark cloud over us, and that was nothing compared.
I'm just gonna follow behind you with my phone.
We have received, I guess, thousands of cards and letters. We've received quilts. We have received crosses. We have received paintings, drawings, artwork.
That's beautiful. Well, everyone is trying so hard to do something meaningful.
How do you hope this library can play a role in telling the story of what happened on May 24th?
We know that research will be done on this tragedy for many years to come. We will be able to professionally identify all the objects that have come to us. People are still coming from everywhere who want to come and be in the community to offer their support and to see what happened here.
And a lot of progress on that effort to tell that story, to share all of the mementos they have received, has been made in the last year.
Yeah, to chronicle just the outpouring of support and love for that community.
Yeah.
On Friday, I will be down there along with Danielle Ibarra. We're going to be reporting live all day from the 2 years after that shooting at Robb Elementary. But I'm glad we pointed out some of the history there. It's just a fact of life. Robb Elementary and Uvalde are going to be linked to this tragedy, but there are a lot of people in that community who also hope the love and the support and what we saw in that library, just all the mementos and how people tried to come together for Uvalde, is also remembered along with those other two things.
Yeah, and the love of community and of kids and education that Annie Robb had in Uvalde. Hope that that lives on as well.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back.
Got some breaking news I want to get you right now. The Bandera County Sheriff's Office says they have a suspect in custody in the death of 88-year-old Robert Isaacs of Bandera. This woman, Frida Thomas, arrested in a town south of Tulsa, Oklahoma earlier today. Isaacs' body found back in November of last year in Crockett County.
Thomas was named as a suspect days later, and then last month, the Bandera County Sheriff's Office thought they had captured Thomas in Mexico, but the U.S. Marshals Service determined that person was not Frida Thomas. It has been a 6-month search for Isaac's suspected killer.
This kind of heat going on in San Antonio, perfect for mosquitoes, and their bites can cause more than just a red bump and an itch.
Yeah, that's not perfect for us. Having a good insect repellent, that's something we talked about on Doc Talk last week. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz shows us which ones work best.
They're back, blood-sucking mosquitoes. Juan Garcia's seen them.
Oh, I'm seeing a lot, especially right now after the rain. Yeah, and I'm a magnet for them.
But they're more than annoying. Metro Health found West Nile virus last week when they tested a mosquito pool on the southwest side. Their trucks will be treating the area. We're at the park and it's gorgeous out here, except see that water? Exactly the kind of place where mosquitoes like to breed. Experts say the best way to protect yourself is an insect repellent, one that contains this, DEET. To help you choose, Consumer Reports volunteers actually stuck their treated arms into cages filled with disease-free mosquitoes. 2 bites within 5 minutes means the repellent fails.
We currently test repellents against only mosquitoes, but in past years we found that repellents that worked well against mosquitoes also tended to work well against ticks.
So here's what they found. The most effective repellents contain 25 to 30% DEET as their active ingredient. Top rated are Ben's Tick and Insect Repellent Wipes, Ben's Wilderness Formula Pump, and 3M Ultrathon Insect Repellent 8. If you don't want to use DEET, CR also found products with 30% lemon eucalyptus are good alternatives, such as this one from Repel. Or try one with 20% picaridin like Sawyer Premium Insect Repellent Pump. How you apply repellent matters. Use a thin coat on all exposed skin. You can also spray on top of your clothing, but not underneath. As for Juan, he's armed and ready.
I try to protect myself as much as I can, but yeah, they're out there.
Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
And it's hot out there, too.
Yeah.
Steamy day outside, above average, yes, definitely feeling a little more summer-like than we might like in May. But how does this compare to years past? Adam Caskey's going to take a look when we come back. Okay, it's a question a lot of us ask. If it is this hot now, what does that mean for the summer?
Yeah, a lot of us ask, or we are asked, So we, of course, pass it along to Adam Caskey.
Yeah. That's what I'm here for, and I like answering your questions. And it really has no bearing on what the summer is going to bring. Think of it this way. Last May, we were actually below average by 0.3 of a degree for the month. And then look what happened in the summer, right? Take a look at our stats. Of 100-degree days last year, we had 75, a record by far. Any kind of heat stat that could be broken was broken last year here in San Antonio. But the May was actually below average, and look how it all turned. It's kind of like in the fall, if we get a cold front early, say early September, and you really feel it, does that mean we're going to have a cold winter? No, that has no bearing on it. Now, the first 100-degree day on average is June 26th. The earliest, February 21. That's an exception, back in 1996. And the latest first 100-degree day has been in September. I mean, think about it. You make it all the way to September with no triple digits. You think, all right, we're set. And then 100 degrees creeps in. That was back in 2021. It's important to note, we've had 23 years without a triple-digit day, most recently being back in 2007. The heat's on, though, feeling summer-like. Think of it this way. The average high in July and August is 96, 97 degrees around here. That's pretty much where we're going to be, anywhere from 95 to 98 for afternoon high temperatures. And over the weekend, we did hit 98. That's our warmest so far this year. Right now, Hondo at 97, 92 in Bulverde, New Braunfels at 96, Del Rio 102, Laredo 101, the heat high. It's over northern Mexico right now, so close enough to be pushing down on us and influencing our weather, giving us the temperatures that are well above average. Average high, by the way, is 88, but we were 96 today. This will build southward and kind of break down out of Texas in the days ahead. But today, high and dry all across the Lone Star State because of that heat high overhead. The high obviously means dry. We have the dip in the upper level flow. This is what we need. We need a trough like this. It's in the western U.S. That stirs things up and creates the showers and storms that we need. Well, that's going to pass far to the north of us. The high sits around for a few days. It goes southward into southern Mexico, but still close enough to influence our weather and keep us warm. However, the center of that pushing southward opens the door for disturbances to come in up above us and aloft, and we think we will have some of that, which gives us a slight chance of thunderstorms every day starting Wednesday. But we're talking only 20% chance, so don't get your hopes up. If afternoon and early evening thunderstorms do pop up, it would be very limited in coverage all of those days. Just something we'll watch and, of course, update you if anything pops up. You can cross your fingers for your neighborhood, but we're not looking at anything widespread. 77 with the low clouds in the morning. Then we break out into the sunshine. 96 the high here in town. That's 98 in Pleasanton, 95 in Kerrville, 99 in Uvalde, and no big changes temperature-wise. The heat is on, but it will feel like it's a little over 100 later this week.
All right. Thank you, Adam.
We'll be right back.
The San Antonio Police Department has two separate teams reviewing last night's deadly shooting by officers. SAPD tells us the department's shooting team and internal affairs will be conducting those investigations. According to Chief William McManus, two officers shot a man who was driving toward them in a stolen vehicle. McManus says both officers have less than a year with the department.
The woman accused of causing a deadly head-on collision almost 4 years ago taking a plea deal today. Mariano Campos Jimenez admitted to driving drunk and causing the accident that killed 44-year-old Gabriel Gallegos. Campos Jimenez scheduled to be back in court tomorrow morning to find out her sentence. She faces anywhere from probation to 12 years in prison.
8 people have now died in Houston as a result of severe storms that hit last week. This latest death was related to carbon monoxide poisoning. Houston's electricity supplier CenterPoint has restored power to over 600,000 customers so far, but around 192,000 customers are still in the dark. And that's your 60-second recap. That is all our time. Thanks for watching the news at 6.
See you back here on the Night Beat at 10.